This is like the most unsuccessful get ready with me ever. Get indecisive with me. Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, I am Victoria, the second twin of Twintorials. I just wanted to do kind of like a get ready with me thing today. We have some new makeup and I'm like dying to play, and I'm wearing these pants that I got on Etsy. I'll link them below, but they're like these big, like flared out, like, gorgeous eggplant purple plants, and I want to do like my eye makeup sort of like that, like a cool tone, deep eggplant purple. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, anyway, if you're interested to see what I come up with, then just keep on watching. I do have my eyes primed with the Amuse Cosmetics eyeshadow base. I don't love it, but like we're gonna work with it. I'm gonna put on some lip plumper real quick. This is the Nabla Viper lip plumper. This one stings. I love it so much. Oh, I can't wait for this to burn me. Absolutely. And before I start on my eyes, I am going to add on just a little bit of Magic Cream from Charlotte Tilbury to prime my face, let that sink in for a minute. We did get this sent through Octoly, so this was gifted to us. I wouldn't recommend you buy it, honestly. I like it. It's a very nice, rich, gorgeous, luxurious moisturizer, but unless you're in the market to be spending that much money on a moisturizer, I don't think it's worth it. Texture-wise, it reminds me a lot of the Cetaphil moisturizing cream. So I would highly recommend that one as an alternative. It doesn't have this fragrance to it, which is both a pro and a con depending on where you stand on fragrance and skincare, but I do like the smell of it. It's like a light floral scent. It makes me quite happy. Yeah, so I don't know. I have a lot of life changes going on. I am in the midst of getting a new job, which is really interesting. Okay, hold on. So I'm gonna start with this. This is Wild Orchid from Danessa Myricks, the Color Fix Cream. So I'm gonna put a little bit of that on because I do wanna see how this color translates on the eyes. I don't think it's, actually I'm gonna mix it a little bit with the shade Real Love. I'm gonna make a little concoction for this base. Anyway, so I quit my job. If you guys were not aware, I work at a call center for a large bank, and wow, that has just been the greatest thing I've ever done in my life. I'm going to move on from here because I just don't feel like it's fulfilling to me anymore, or it never really was. It's just I've become a little bit complacent, I suppose, with it. It's just like a comfortable job for me. It's not anything crazy. I just like to be comfortable and I don't like change. So what kind of brush do I want to use? Damn it. Oh, it burns so bad. I love it. But anyway, I was sick of the job I was in. I needed a schedule change and they said no. So I have decided to move on. So I will start working at a daycare. I'm going to start teaching daycare, which is really, really exciting. I love kids, and like dropping Charlotte off at daycare has been like my favorite part of every week for a long time. Like I just love seeing those kids and like how different they are. Kids are fascinating to me, and they're just so, I can't imagine a job more fulfilling than this. So I'm hoping it works out well. So I start in a week, and it's really quite scary as well because I don't love change, you know. It's really horrifying to me the fact that change is coming and the fact that I'm going to have to deal with that in an adult sort of way. That's really terrifying, but I think in the end it's going to be really good for me to have a change in scenery and a change of hours. I think having a schedule for Charlotte is going to make the world of a difference. So if you don't know, I work the midnight shift right now. So I work 10-hour days. I work 1:30 to midnight. And it just makes for a really loose schedule. And I'm starting to realize that that's not the best for my daughter or me. And I really want to, you know, teach her, I don't know, to be responsible and and I want to help her sleep a little better. She doesn't sleep very well, and I think a lot of that has to do with the loose schedule, and I think waking her up earlier is going to help out and all that jazz. So I'm really nervous and I'm really excited. This is a dark color, but I like it. I'm probably not going to keep it all over my lids. I'll probably lighten that up, but like I like this color. It does match my pants fairly well. Maybe this is more aubergine. I don't really know what aubergine is, but I feel like this color sort of suits the bill. I'm breaking out. I don't know why. I've talked to you guys a few times on this struggle I've had making friends. I had downloaded Bumble Friends a while back, and I was not having great luck on there. Like, I found people who would talk to me for a bit, but nobody who actually wanted to do anything. And that was frustrating because I really do want to make friends. I want that social part of my life back. And I haven't really had that since I had my daughter too much. Or really since high school, because all my friends, you know, went off to college and I stayed home, which was all fine and well, but I also am just incredibly codependent. So I like to have friends around for me, you know, sue me. But I did meet a girl. She goes to my church, and I don't see her around very often. She was going to college in Minnesota, and she's about my age. I think she might be a year or so younger. But she came up to me during the service last week and was like, hey, I've been meaning to ask you, you know, whoa! She's like, I don't get to be around here a lot, but I'm back now since I graduated, and you're the only like young adult woman here at this church. I was wondering if you wanted to get coffee or something sometime. And what a bold move, for one. Like, kudos to her, because I am not somebody who can just go up to a random person and do that. Or I could, but I tend to limit myself in that regard. I'm a little bit, I'm good socially, but also like I'm scared of initiation a little bit. So that's not something that would be quite my comfort level. And so her doing that was really cool, and made me want to get to know her more as well, because, you know, like, how fantastic of a person she must be. And I'm really excited. So we're gonna get coffee after I'm done getting ready. I am going to text her though. I don't know if she is aware of my like makeup habits. I'm gonna wipe these color fixes off before they stain my hand forever. But yeah, I don't wear makeup to church most of the time, because I just don't feel the need to put so much on, and I'm afraid that my makeup might come off as a little offensive in the church. I go to a small church with a more elderly congregation, and I love it there. I really do. But I do sometimes worry that that my makeup is going to just be too much for them. So I just don't want to take the time and do it in the morning before I go to church. So I don't know if she's like, does she know I'm going to be all like smoked up? She's probably never seen me with full glam on, so we'll see how that goes. I don't know why I'm so like nervous about that. Well, I was gonna go in with this Viseart, what's this, the dark matte palette. I got this for Rachel for our birthday, and let me tell you, these two browns right here, they're like my favorite tones ever. I don't know if this purple is gonna be any deeper though. I was gonna go in with this to deepen it up, but I don't think it's much deeper. But I'm gonna go in with a little anyway, just to like set my outer edge a bit. So I'll go in with just this deep purple. But yeah, I'm super excited. I don't know, there's not that much to update on life otherwise. I was so embarrassed. I went to the doctor's yesterday for a physical, because I haven't had one in a while, and it's required for the new job I'm gonna take. Well, I don't know how that kind of stuff works, I guess. So I went in and I was like, yep, I have a new job coming up, so I just need this physical done so we can send over that information to them and they know I'm up to date on everything. And the nurse was like looking at me like I was a psychopath. Like, she was like, we can't do that. Like, don't you have a form or something? And I haven't started the new job yet, so I was just doing this preemptively because I knew it was required, and I thought getting it out of the way was the best bet. Apparently you get like a form during orientation on what they need to know, so that doctor doesn't, what's that law? Like, I don't know. I want to say FICO. I know that's credit. You know what I'm saying, that doctor-patient confidentiality type law. I don't remember what that's called right now, I don't know why, but she was giving me a lot of pushback on that, and I was like, oh, okay, like, I felt really dumb. I felt so stupid. And so she was like, we're not gonna do that, like, I'm not comfortable doing that, and it's not really allowed, you know, like, what company is this, why are they asking for this? I'm like, I don't know, they just, that's what they told me I needed, was a physical. And then the doctor came in, and she was like, oh yeah, typically they give you a form during orientation, so either reach out to them and ask for the form, or we can just send them like a cover letter saying that you got your physical, if that works better for you. And I was like, oh, that makes much more sense. Thank you for explaining that to me instead of treating me like I'm a dumb idiot. Oh, I felt literally like so stupid. But do I want something? Let me swatch it on my hand. I'm gonna do some comparisons here, just a moment. Do I do rose gold? Do I do a copper? Somebody tell me. Whatever. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the Flower Pump palette from Kaleidos. I haven't used this on camera yet. I haven't used it a ton anyway. I've used it a couple of times, and I do like it, so I stand by that like information that we gave in our like speed reviews or whatever, but I haven't used it a ton. So I'm gonna go in with Stained Glass, which is like the pink shimmer here. That's pretty. I feel like I'm probably gonna go over it still, but I do like that. This is the Nabla, which one are you? Miami Lights, I think. I'm gonna take this rose goldy type shade down here. I think it's gonna go well with everything. Sorry, Kaleidos, I'm gonna cover you up. For sure, I'm enjoying this decision. I highly recommend these glitter palettes if anybody was curious. I know people have their thing with pressed glitter, so if you're one of those people, you know, disregard, but I quite like them. I'm going through a little bit of an issue as a parent, I feel. I can't figure out potty training for the life of me. Does anybody know, like, how do I do that? My daughter will not, absolutely will not, just sit on the toilet for 5 minutes. I can't get her to do it. Like, I don't want to yell at her. I know it's not her fault, but Jesus. I just want to smack her, like, just peeing on the toilet. Damn it. It's so frustrating. But all good things come to those who wait. Is that the saying? I guess I'm gonna go with that. Anyway, so I'm gonna start on my base. I should use something different today. I should use L'Oreal Pro Glow. I haven't used this in a minute. I got another one because I hadn't used it in forever, and I used to just absolutely adore this foundation. I still like it, but it's not my favorite anymore. So I'm gonna put some of this on the back of my hand, just a little bit, and then I'm gonna mix in just like a drop of the Iconic London Illuminator in Shine. I got this one recently because Rachel had been loving hers so much, and I wanted to be aboard that train, and I love it. I love it so much. Let me switch my mirrors. There we go. Use this sponge from Colored Rain. It's pretty decent back right now, I think. It's funny, this is like a very light foundation, but this is like my tan color. I'm so pasty. We gave our cats middle names as well. So Raisin's middle name is Marie, Raisin Marie, and then Leo's is Renee. And we do that so that we can sound more harsh when we are yelling at them, when they're being boogers. Raisin Marie, Leo Renee, and it works out just so wonderfully. I love it. They're so cute. I love these cats, but damn, they drive me mad. Ooh, I know what I want to do for my inner corner already. What do I want to do for concealer? Might as well. I don't know if Rachel showed this on camera yet. This is the Undone Beauty Cream or Concealed Reveal palette. I hadn't tried anything from Undone because I thought their shade range was like exceedingly bad, like Physicians Formula bad. Or before woke Physicians Formula maybe. I don't know if they've expanded their ranges recently or not, but they do have these little concealer things, and I saw that they were a alternative to Glossier, and I've seen a couple of black women use these, and apparently it's just the like retailers that don't allow for more shades to be put in store or whatever. Like at Ulta, it's like 4 or 5 shades maybe of this, and then the deepest one is like tan. But I do like it. I wouldn't say it's a dupe for Glossier Stretch, but it is like, on me, a medium coverage alternative. Rachel isn't as fond of it. On her, it translates a little cakey. But on me, it works wonderfully, so I recommend it. I like it. And it is pretty radiant. The shade I got is a little too light for a foundation on me at the moment, but in the winter it'll work. But right now it's just a little much. I feel like these eyeshadow edges need like some work. Maybe I'll just go in with one of these browns from the Viseart palette. I'm gonna go in with this top lightest brown. Lightest, it's fairly dark, but I'm just gonna go in with a little, and it'll diffuse this look a little more, and I think ground it a little bit, which I think it's needing, maybe. Maybe I'm just making that up, I don't know. I feel like that's helping though. I do really like this Viseart palette. Also, we'll probably end up doing like a update sort of review on it, but it is quite nice. It's on par with every other Viseart palette I've tried, which are all just absolutely fantastic. That's the thing, Viseart shadows are just, in my opinion, unbeatable. It's shocking to me that people try them and are like, yeah, that's not worth the hype. Like, that's not good. Like, these shadows just blend themselves, and they're so ultra pigmented. I live for it. It's so good. Y'all are just cheapies. We what's the word? We're classist over here, I guess. Okay, now that we have that done, I guess I'm gonna go in with bronzer. Rachel did get me this Makeup by Mario contour stick. This is in light. I do like this. It's not my hair. I do like this. I wouldn't say it's better than Contour from Salt. I think I like that one more as far as the tone. This is still nice on me. It's just definitely a bronzer and not a like contour shade for me. But that's all right. I like a good cream bronzer. And I do like I'll demo the brush on the other side. It works well. It's not the one thing is you have to hold like this middle thing, and I never get it, but it's like this dense tacky brush. I tend to like these types of brushes, but I always use this one from Eco Tools because of the shape. And I like this one more than this one, but this one does work well. You just bounce it to blend it out, although on my jaw I'm gonna pull it down. Rachel always slanders me for putting contour on my jaw, and I don't know why I do it. I don't like the way it looks, but it's just like, I also do like it a little bit. I don't know. It's like second nature to me at this point. But this brush, this noise is so annoying though, but it works really, really well, which is shocking for a brush that comes on the end of a product. Like, look at that. They blend really easily. They're a good like middle of the road formula. It is pretty similar in texture to like the Milk Makeup bronzer stick, so if you're looking to an alternative for that, I think this is a pretty decent one. Anyway, see, it's definitely warmer than a contour on me, but that is all fine and well. It does work well. I like the texture, I like the color, I like it all. But I am probably gonna pull out some contour at the end of this to like cool it down a little bit, because it's just a little too warm for what I want right now. But what are we gonna do next? What are we gonna do next? Blush and highlight, I guess. I thought I had like more planned for this Get Ready With Me. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so we had gotten some Mexican food a few nights ago, And they delivered extra queso by accident, like a very happy accident for us, but so we had extra queso, so we were gonna make it the other night. Rachel was heating it up, and she put it in this little bowl and put it on the table, and we were gonna watch Schitt's Creek. And Leo, our kitten, puts his paw up like this and smacks it down, so it all fell into this like bee quilt that I bought at a quilt auction. and it like sat in like this little divot in the bee quilt. And so we had to like pour it from the quilt back into the bowl, and it was just highly awful. We almost got rid of him. I'm about to call the breeder. Say, hey, take this dude back. I do actually want to, I don't know, I'm feeling like a more intense base right now, so I'm gonna go in with a little bit of this Cover FX concealer in white, and I'm gonna brighten up these under eyes. Once I got like blush and everything on, it tends to even itself out, and this one doesn't like, it's pretty budge proof on me, which I like, but it is a little more matte than I generally prefer, but that's all right. So I try to keep it as focused as I can right here. I don't want it to go out too far. But like it's not overbearing. Like the coverage level on this white one is not terrible, but it's not like full, so it doesn't just overtake everything that I do, which I really like. Rachel doesn't like this concealer though. We tend to have pretty different opinions on certain base products, which is kind of funny. But my skin tends to be a little more normal than hers, I guess, and hers is pretty freaking dry. But what do I want to do for blush? I feel like I could go for something rosy. Where's my giant salt palette? Okay, so here are my options. I think I'm gonna do Terracotta, which is the new one up here, and I'm gonna mix it with this one over here, which is, I never remember the color of this one. This one is Wine. I mix Wine and Terracotta for my cheeks. First, starting with Wine, which is just one of my favorite salt blushes. It looks a lot deeper, but it's actually just a like sheer kind of red tone, and I just friggin' adore it. But I think it's gonna work well with the eyes and my pants. Okay, so there's that one, and then this wipe is so dirty, it's just making me more dirty. I don't know why I'm using it. And then some of Terracotta, warming that up on my finger, which is just a little more orangey than Wine. Oh, anyway, what's new with you guys? I'm losing my mind over here. I'm like fully distracted, and I feel like it's just like my life changes and stuff. But I was thinking the other day, I don't know if I've like talked about it on here much, but I love to write. Like I would love to write a book someday. I just can't, like, I get really bad writer's block. Like I can't actually complete a story. I have like lots of ideas that I start on, but I can never just get it to really be what I want it to be, which is frustrating. But I know like the material's there. So I have a creative writing class that I'm taking this next semester, although I need to check that schedule since I catered it to my current work schedule. But I'm really excited to take that. I'm hoping it'll help with my like writer's block. I'm trying to write a story right now based off of my own life, but like a more theatric version on Charlotte's dad, really. But I'm not going to, I don't want to go into details on that because really it's just none of y'all's business, and I don't want Charlotte to have to be subjected to that kind of thing, so maybe I won't actually write anything on that. I might use it as material for the class though. Like I think that could be fun, and it won't overstep those boundaries too much. But I want to write a good story, a really good story that's like inspiring and tear-jerking and scary, and I don't know. I can't get I can't quite like get myself to be there as a writer, which is really quite frustrating. I don't know why my face is so matte right now. So I'm gonna highlight and see if that will fix the matteness. It's not like matte, but it's not like dewy either. And that's what I tend to like. Do I go with The wind is crazy right now, holy moly. I could use this. This is the Danessa Myricks waterproof cream color palette in Fire and Ice, which is all like icy metallic tones. Do I want to do that? Be pretty, but I don't think that's like shiny enough for what I want right now. So maybe I'm gonna put her away for a different video. This cream highlight from e.l.f. This is the Jelly Pop Glow Stick, which is sort of like a clear balm, but it does have some shimmer in it as well, which is also really pretty. But I want something like more. I want more. What do I want? I'm feeling. I need some spice. Oh my god. I don't think spice is available anymore, or if it is, it's not going to be available for much longer. I urge you to buy it if it's still available. I'll check. If it is, I'll link it. But this is just the best salt color. I can't believe she made it limited edition. I can't believe Kiki would play me like that. Play you guys like that. Play the world like that. It's just so disrespectful, honestly. You know what? I'll just use my iconic London highlight then, since I used it for mixing purposes, and this will probably be beaming enough. Again, this is in the shade Shine. So I literally do like one drop. I take my finger and I like take a little bit like that, and then I pat it out like that. And then I start applying it to my face because it's that shiny. It's a lot, it's very akin to like the Cover FX highlights that were in a while ago, when those were like all the rage of the beauty community. But I actually, like, I think in a controlled amount, they translate as very, very like glossy and gorgeous. They don't translate as metallic, you know? Grease up my chin with it too. Like, look at how pretty that is. But just wait till I add it to my cheekbones. Let's do a little dot like that. Oh, that was a lot. That was a lot. That might have been a little too much, but that's all right. We'll just put more blush over it and that should fix it. And I will probably add more blush, but I'm just gonna do that off camera later because I don't feel like it right now. The brush that had, where's that brush? The brush that had those Danessa Myricks pigments on them, and run that a little bit on my lower lash. But I don't want to mix more for just my lower lash line, so I'll probably just go in with the dark purple in the Busy Art palette. Oh, okay, yep, back in with that deep purple right there, and putting that on the lower lash line still. What? I think that's all I'm going to do for the lower lash line. Like, I don't want to go too crazy. I do want this look to be like bold, but not like exceedingly colorful. Oh, that looks good on the lower lash line. Whoa, I love this color. Okay, yes, and I do have an idea of what I want to do on my inner corner. First, I add my favorite eyeliner, which is Duchess from Milani. This is a dark plum eyeliner, which comes in handy like so often. It doesn't like bleed much, it just kind of disappears throughout the day, which is like fine. I can handle that. I got it. I think that the rose gold from the Pat McGrath Bronze Seduction is gonna look dope in the inner corner. So I'm gonna try that out. If it's too dark, I'll probably cry if it doesn't translate the way I want it to, but I think with the glitter that we have on, like, I think it's gonna work. Maybe if I use my pinky. It's definitely pretty. I just don't know. Like, what am I looking for? I feel like Goldilocks right now. Whatever. Okay, so I'm going to put on some mascara and put on a little bit more blush probably, and then I'll be back and I'm going to decide the lip color beforehand because I've been so indecisive this entire video, and it's driving me mad that this is going to be like the worst video we've ever seen. So I'll be back again in a moment. So it seems there was a problem. Seems there was a problem in filming the outro in which we don't have it. So it was either lost or I never filmed it, which is also possible. So instead, enjoy this picture I took of my face. I don't remember any of the lip combination details, so don't ask.